say they're in their mood, that means they're in a mood. Or that's how I say when I'm talking about a woman. She's in her mood.
I'm in a big mood.
Yeah, but now they've changed the connotation.
Mm-hmm.
They changed the connotation. They make it a positive thing. She in her mood. Oh, I'm in a big mood. They changing the shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say it about women now? I saw Trav, and I appreciate that. I just looked just now. I'm not sure if you saw that. But yeah, I took 2 calls from the baby mamas. I tried to pick my baby mama up from the airport yesterday. She was coming in from some flight. Just trying to be nice.
Which one?
My son, I only have one baby mama.
Okay. But you just said my baby mama's, so.
Yeah. But she's a Virgo, so.
So are you.
Yeah, she thought I was trying to drop the kids off. I'm like, no, I was just trying to be nice. Is it okay if Drew picks up his baby mama from the airport?
Yeah.
No, nothing. Just like, yo, I'm just going to pick her up from the airport.
God.
Don't you think about it? Trump, can you have seen that being a problem for some ladies? Why are you picking up your baby mother from the airport? She don't have no friends.
You got to communicate it. If you just spring it on them in the last minute, like, oh yeah, I'm about to go do this right now. If it's a conversation first and you make it make sense, then I think it's okay.
You're cool with your baby mother, or if your shorty picking up her baby father from the airport? If she had one?
If it's a conversation first, yeah, it's all about how you
Why does it
talk
have
about
to, what does the conversation
What's the
entail?
Like, hey, this is what I plan on doing. How do you feel about it? In anticipation, if there might be a problem, right?
That's mad pussy.
Instead of, it's called communication. Instead of what I would normally do and what I'm trying to be better at, I'm like, oh, some last minute shit. Oh yeah, I'm about to go do this, pick up my baby mom. Not even thinking that she might feel a ways about it. You know what I mean?
Do you think that you have to change who you are in order to be in a relationship versus when you were single? You have
Yes.
to innately change
I wouldn't
you
say
are.
innately change who you are, but change the way you move, because yeah, you have to consider another person now. You have to change behavior. So you're not changing who you are innately as a person, but the way you move in consideration of your partner, absolutely. You have to switch things up a
Do
little.
you think you have to change who you are as a person when you're in a relationship versus when you're single?
Change who I don't know. That the wording is kind of.
I'm a completely different nigga when I'm in a relationship than I am when I'm single. So that's what I mean. Are you the same person?
I'm the same person. I don't
No
think I
allowances,
changed.
nothing changes. No consideration or nothing like that changes because of the fact that you now have a relationship that you're in.
But I think I'm naturally a considerate person. I naturally communicate and say things to people. So I don't think that it changes who I am innately. No.
Checking in, making sure, like, these are things
Checking
that you don't
in.
have nobody to check in with. You don't have nobody that have to, you don't think about the people you're around and how that reflects on your relationship. You don't think about the energy that you're bringing in that might affect the person when you're single. When you're in a relationship, you got to think about a lot of other shit. I know as a man, I do. The way I move as a man when I'm single would completely be disrespectful to my lady if I'm in a relationship. Completely. Having a bunch of chicks around, staying over the crib or whatever it may be. You can't do certain shit.
But that's because you're single. I don't think that changes who you are. Like, I'm confused by the wording of it, because I'm trying to think, like, when I was single, yeah, I don't have nobody to call or text every day, or I don't have anybody to like check in and say like, hey, how are you? How's your day? But that doesn't change who I am, because I would still do that with other people. Like, I'm still going to do that with my friends. I'm still going to hit the group chat like, hey, everybody, how y'all niggas doing today? What y'all going through today? Da-da-da-da. It's just that I'm changing who I'm having the conversations with, not having the conversations. So I don't know.
Is single you a demon?
A demon?
Yeah, is single you a demon?
No. A demon?
Single me is basically a demon. Like, I don't care. I'm a whore. If I'm telling you, yo, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, but I'm not really thinking about relationships. Just chilling. I'm enjoying life. Relationship me is not a demon. Relationship in me is very much an angel. It's very much trying to like build the person up and invest in the person and thinking about
So you just go
their
from,
well-being.
Go from angel to demon? Like
demon to angel.
demon to, so you're a demon naturally, and then when you get in a relationship, you think all your demonism goes away and you just become an angel?
Yes.
So nobody's gonna.
I mean,
That was really good.
Nobody's gonna touch this with a stick. It always has to be me. You're not gonna say anything.
So you think that single you is angelic?
No, I think that I'm a normal fucking person, regardless if I'm in a relationship or not in a relationship. I'm not a demon. I'm not an angel. I just be chilling.
The amount of times you've come on this show and spoken about how crazy and wild shit that you did when you was single, and now when I ask you a question, just because it's in opposition to me, now you're like, no, I'm just a normal person.
You're lying like shit.
Literally, you've called your nigga while you was with your other nigga, had your back against a white wall, so he didn't know where the fuck you was at. But now you think we forgot?
That's not demonism.
You think we? Yeah, that's the demonism.
No, it's not.
It's literally. It's crazy.
No, wait. First of all, it has
to be me.
First of all, if you want to be fucking technical, I don't talk about the fucked up shit I did when I was single. I talk about the fucked up shit I did when I was younger. That's number one.
Oh, yeah.
There is
semantics.
There is
women antics.
There is
women
after
antics.
therapy
women
and
antics.
before therapy, Dodge.
Okay, it's the lady.
That's number
it's the
one.
Lady.
That's
as
number one.
As if
number
that changes
two,
now,
that was not demonism.
Around.
That was the fact that I was fucking with a nigga that was mad emotional and I didn't want to fucking argue with him, so I had to fucking lie. I don't like lying. That's why I had to break up with him, because I should be able to say I'm
was
busy.
He your man?
No. He was one of my niggas.
You literally just said you broke up with him.
So you ain't never break up with one of your bitches?
No, you stopped fucking with him.
That's not a breakup?
No, you
Semantics.
stopped fucking. We're not together.
Semantics.
We was never together.
No, you have a conversation with like, yo, I'm not fucking with you no more. That's literally a breakup.
You actually had that conversation. That's crazy.
Cause I'm an adult, nigga.
You were together. If you have to have the conversation, y'all was together.
No, when you have to have that conversation, if I'm fucking dating you and I decide that I don't want to date you anymore, we have to have a conversation about the fact that I don't want to date you anymore.
Do we?
Yes. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Y'all like to ghost people.
Listen,
y'all like to phase things out. Y'all a bunch of pussies. I'ma tell you, I don't want to fuck with you anymore. I'm gonna go fuck with somebody else.
You never said that to nobody.
Not in that way.
You've never. So stop it.
But that's the gist. All right, so what I will say, you want to know what I would have normally said? I don't think that this is working out between us.
You call them or they call you?
I like to do text messages.
Are they saying something first and then you're responding, or you're just waking up on the wrong side of the bed or right side of where you want to be right now and say, you know what, let me text this person. I don't understand the other. No,
sometimes it'll be in the midst of something.
Exactly. So you're not initiating a breakup, quote unquote. You're like, you know what, I've gotten to a point in this conversation
where I decide I don't want to fuck with you no more.
Boom, boom. So it's still a reaction.
But it's still a breakup.
What you saying that me and Charm do isn't ghosting. It's just like, yo, you know what? We
you don't have the conversation.
I don't even feel like talking to this person no more.
Yeah.
I want the person to know that I don't want to talk to them anymore. I don't want them to be confused.
I'm not engaging with them up until that point. If they call me and ask me, hey, this, that, and the other, and I don't feel like, it was like, yeah, didn't feel like it. Yeah, no, I'm good. Or I wouldn't even say I'm good. It was like, nah, I just be mad busy. Yeah.
So you lie.
I'd be busy doing other things.
Sometimes the energy is just there and you don't even have to put words into it. Like sometimes the shit, you just start to grow apart. Become busy, I become busy, and then a couple of weeks go by, we ain't hit each other, and then the shit just start to fall off.
Like, I don't know. For me, like, when I'm done with somebody, there's a thought that comes in my mind previous to the day that I actually ended. So in my mind, I'm just like, this is not working out. This is not working out. I know this is not working out. To me, that happens. And then something will happen, and I'll be like, you know what, my nigga? This not working out.
To me, that happens if it's like an instance. If there's like one moment where a person did something and you like, yeah, I ain't fucking with you because of this, then that's a conversation. But a lot of times it's just like it's an energy thing and it's gradual and it's just like, there's really no conversation.
In my defense, the nigga with the back against the wall thing, that's not my fault.
Yes, it is.
I was trying to end it and he kept wanting to be like, yo, let's try to fix it. And I didn't want to argue no more.
Son,
I ain't never argued with a nigga more in my life.
You're introducing this story 5 years after telling it several times. Now there's an addition as to why you did what you did.
No.
I don't give a fuck about it.
No.
Personally, I don't care.
I said the whole time that all he did was bicker and argue
while
with me.
she was on the phone with her nigga. I don't care about demon antics if I'm single.
But I'm not a demon.
I'm single. That is demon antics.
No, it's not. It's it's trying to avoid a situation that you don't want to fucking deal with. That's what I felt like I was
demonish.
It's not a demon. I was fucking single.
No, it's not. Okay, listen, stop. Let's be honest.
When we're
single, We don't owe certain people certain shit. But yes, you don't want to create a whole bunch of drama behind saying certain shit. So you're a liar. You're doing wild shit that if they knew about it, they would. And this is especially for women. If y'all date multiple niggas or whatever it may be, you might go to food with one nigga and you have him drop you off. You got another nigga coming that you're used to fucking. There's certain shit that every nigga don't need to know.
Exactly.
All right, but that's if you would have asked him, that's demon antics.
It's not demon antics, and none of that shit would have happened if that nigga ain't stopped fucking calling me. He was blowing my phone up.
If I'm fucking with you tonight, I'm off tomorrow. I drop you off in the morning and I go fuck with another chick because I'm single and I can do what the fuck I wanted. That's demon antics. But I'm also single. Why is that
demon antics?
It's not?
It's not. I don't think, again, I've done some fucked up shit, but that example is not the example
fucking
that
with somebody that night, dropping them off in the morning and going to another bitch crib?
I don't know. I'm saying the example that you said of me, I don't think that was a demon antic type thing. I've done way worse.
Yeah, nigga, you've been telling it as the thing. You've been telling us, hey, yeah, I was doing this with a nigga coming with me and I backed my shit against the wall and then was talking to him like everything is okay. And I showed the room away from the nigga that I was actually fucking with. Oh my God, I'm out the other day. I swear to God, I am out the other day. I'm at Blend on the Water.
Nice. Ooh, love
chilling, right?
Love that spot. Food good too.
Yeah,
girl next to me and a guy next to me. I swear to everything on life, children, everything, any money in my bank account, made my teeth fall out, all that, everything. Right next to me, there's a table. There's a woman. She had a nice dress on, whatever it may be. I think it was her birthday. Matter of fact, we sang her happy birthday. It was her birthday. Before that, when they sat down, she puts the menu up. Now the menu is about this big. Mm-hmm. For those who don't watch the YouTube, the menu is about 1.5 foot long, right? She stands the menu up on the table, like this, right? Stands it up, and so it's holding itself. The dude that's with her ducks like this under the table, like she takes the video of shorty next to me, like. I look and see the niggas damn near under the table as she's taking the video, bro.
Trying to get out the video.
He's purposely not being in the video.
I love that.
Because she trained him.
Very well.
Come on, queen.
And he was an older nigga.
Oh, okay.
So that nigga got a family.
You had to cover the tab. That's it, nigga.
Son, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Was that not demon antics?
That's not demon antics. That's an understanding.
That's either way. She's demon for that.
Why is she demon for that? I don't see it. Because I need a definition of demon antics because I'm not seeing it.
Just be honest.
Why?
Okay.
To who?
All right. Say that.
Who am I being honest to?
Whoever you're fucking with, you have the right to do what you want to do. Why is you got this nigga ducking under the table?
Because maybe he got a family, maybe I got a nigga, and we got to protect ourselves. We understand
for
our
being
situation.
Judged as for the demon shit that you have in your soul. Trom, am I wrong or no?
No, you ain't wrong.
I need a definition of what demon antics are.
The nigga was ducking under the table.
Sounds like an ally to me.
In broad daylight. There's people watching.
So demon antics.
So what
first of all, he was too much because all he should have did was just got up and excused himself and went to the bathroom or something, and that would have been even better.
All right.
Like, yo, my nigga, can you take a walk real quick?
Speaking about people in the restaurant, right? This video came across my shit. I want to speak about it before we get into the actual episode. This came across my timeline. I found it quite interesting. Let's see what certain people have to say about dating behaviors.
Go on a date. What cuisine are we looking at?
Took a girl to a place called Monkey House, yeah, and I didn't know how expensive it was. And you know how it is when you're going out and you're buying
places
drinks,
are expensive,
they're expensive, innit? So she's ordered like 4 cocktails, yeah, and she hasn't even ordered her food yet. It's coming up to like 40 quid. I've only got a bill 50. So I started to like saying, I ain't even hungry, you know. She's like, well, I'm hungry, I'm gonna order. So I've gone to the toilet and I've texted my boy, he's not answering, so I've called him. I said, brother, please, I need money. I need like a bill 50, I'll run it back to you. So all I'm doing during the day is literally just doing this. Refreshing, just trying to see the balances change. So I'm sweating now, yeah, and then she's like, oh, do you want more? Should we get more drinks? In my head, I'm like, this is where it's gonna go left, because if I say no,
yeah, you can't say no.
I can't say no, so I'm gonna, it's up to you. She's ordered more drinks now. I've then thought, yeah, this is peak. I'm gonna have to ask her to borrow me some money or let's go home or something. I just thought, let me just refresh again. and I saw £300 in there. 150
Oh,
there.
big up broski, man.
Fabe.
Alright, Fabe, big up
Shout out
yourself,
Fabe.
man.
Fabe knows the story anyway. It gave me confidence in it, but it made me realise I can't do this. This is like living on the edge. So yeah, that was my worst experience I've ever had.
I love that.
What do you love about it?
The fact that
Look, it's doing it again. You can't exit a fucking video on Twitter. Yeah.
I love the fact that he realized that he can't do that again. Like that was his low moment. Like
What was the low moment? What was
so.
the
So here's the thing: niggas always be talking about, not even niggas, just people be like, "Yo, dudes shouldn't date when they're broke," which I disagree with. Like I think dating is something that all humans. Like some people are broke their entire life. Like you can't look for love, you can't look for a relationship just because you don't got it in the bank. But
yeah. What are you talking about?
Sit your broke
you just
ass
can't
down.
date. You should just date according to what's in your bank account. So for him, it's like going to that restaurant. It's like, all right, that shouldn't have been the move for the night. You know what I mean? So for him, he learned.
Fergie said, if you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. I said, if you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home.
Now, the reason why that was an interesting thing wasn't basically for him.
Yes,
I can
know.
understand that men go through what they go through with dating, and a lot of times you can't really tell what a person's gonna do. I would take Tanae out all the time, and her ass, if I order something for $79, she has to order something for $79. She has to, and even if she don't eat the shit, and that shit kind of started annoying me because she would never eat the shit. So it was almost like you just trying to match me. Like she looking to see what you order, what I order. All right, that's where I can go with it. I'm ordering the same thing, and I'd be like, but I'm eating mine. You're telling me you're going to take it to fucking work the next day and warm it up, and it's like, that's not what this isn't takeout. We're at a fucking restaurant. You're supposed to eat it. Get something that you want or not. Like, you know what I mean? But that was my problem. I don't know, Dodge, you don't see nothing wrong with that. You're just
I
like,
understand.
I'm a cheap broke nigga.
No,
What?
I understand the thought process.
As to why I felt
Yeah, I get
it's
it.
like, this is broke shit. Like, what are you doing? Just order something that you want. Or don't. You could get any appetizer and be like, I don't want nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That's what I
Right.
normally do
Yeah.
because I don't
You know what I'm
eat a
saying?
lot.
By the way, I really didn't give a fuck. Bitch, my shorty, do what the fuck you want. But
But it's
just
annoying.
a bad taste. It was
It's just
annoying.
an
I know what
It's
you're
like,
Icky,
yo,
yeah.
right? But that wasn't the problem with this video. Most people from the internet took other things from this video. Dodge, what were the things they took from the video?
They took the fact that Shorty ordered 4 drinks before even ordering food.
That was
And they
wild.
was-
I ain't gonna hold you.
The internet was very upset about
4
that.
drinks.
4 is sick. Because
First
it
date.
don't even take that long to figure out what you want. 4 drinks is insane.
4 drinks
and the niggas
without
on the
food in
internet
your
was like,
body?
yo, it's fucking strict in here. Like you monitoring how many drinks I order on a day. But even me as somebody that drinks, 4 is great. 4 drinks is about how many I would normally drink at dinner altogether. I'll get like 1 to start off, where you start off with drinks. If mine finishes before my food gets here, that's another. I'm eating my food. I might have 1 more to go. And if we're having like a long conversation, all right, you want to get the last round, then that's 4. 4 before a burger is crazy.
Yo,
No wings.
4 drinks on
no
an empty
calamari,
stomach. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You just busting them down, throwing them back.
Like, what was she drinking? Now I want to know, like, what was the drink? Because, like, how big was the cup? This is going to last us about an hour.
Yeah.
Now, this is just one thing, but then you had the other ladies on the show on the internet that were like, and what about safety? You're getting shit-faced with this nigga. You don't even really know this nigga. And you're getting shit-faced with this nigga.
That's crazy.
First date? Well, they were thinking first date. We don't know. I don't know if he said. But he's obviously trying, because if you fuck with somebody like that, you out with them, you don't care if you run out of bread. You say, yo, car doesn't work. Yo, send me some bread real quick. I'm like, whatever it is, and I'll send it back to you. She knows you. She knows you take care of shit. You've already proven yourself. See, he wouldn't have had that type of anxiety. You know what I'm saying?
Fine.
But was Shorty bugging Tron? For, like, just think about safety-wise. Is that crazy for her to have 4 drinks?
Yo, 4
first
drinks
drink?
is
first date.
is wild.
First date, though. Just think about safety-wise. Fuck anything else.
Absolutely. I mean, beyond safety, just like what type of conversation are you having after 4 drinks?
Let's fuck. Let's fuck.
Right. I mean, 4. So I don't know. So this is where I'm at.
Dodge, you're not drinking 4 drinks on first date? Exactly.
For me,
Yeah, but not before I eat, bro. Like 4 before you might get 4, period. Like,
But you fucking that day.
no, not necessarily.
4 drinks and food?
What if the fucking
got
day
it.
is whack? What if I'm getting drunk because you so fucking boring and I need something else to do to occupy my time? The nigga on his phone the whole time waiting for somebody to send him bread anyway.
we
focused.
gotta break down the drink timeline. Like, I don't drink like how I used to, but for me, 1 drink, you kind of take the edge off. That's great before a meal. Cool. 2 drinks, I'm usually good. You know what I mean? I have 1 before the meal, 1 during the meal. I'm good. 3, if vibes is immaculate,
Yeah.
people we joking, I have a 3rd drink, maybe towards the end of the meal, after the meal. 3. 4 drinks is I'm trying to get fucked up. I'm not driving. I got no responsibility. Like Tahoe said, I'm trying to fuck something, whatever. All inhibitions is out. No car keys involved. We Ubering.
See?
And this is 4 drinks before you even put anything in your stomach.
But my thing
And
is
she wanted
like,
another one.
Yeah, she did. She just said she wanted another. My thing is like 4 drinks. It depends on where I am, because, and don't take this to heart, but like a Red Lobster drink is not the equivalent of a
Nigga. Yeah.
of a fucking
Taco or some type of spot.
yeah, like a spot. You feel me? Like if you at a chain,
making drinks.
like even some of the more expensive restaurants, just because it's a drink does not mean it is necessarily that strong.
That's true.
So you can get to 4 and not be weebling and wobbling. Maybe at a bar you do 4, you might be like, oh, you understand? So it depends on where you are. That's why I said I would like to know what these drinks are.
Right.
If it was 4 Long Islands, bitch,
Oh, yeah.
you're
Island's crazy.
sick.
Yeah.
You feel me? But if it's 4
Nobody
apple
can drink 4 Long
martinis, I'm
Island.
like,
The only type of nigga that could drink 4 Long Islands is a nigga that has no pussy ever waiting for him in life. 4 Long Islands is nuts.
you know, like, is it like, what kind of drink is it?
Why do you want to
it
be outside
depends.
after 4 Long
Like
Islands?
4 Manhattans, you're wilding.
Yo, let me ask y'all a question. Have you ever gotten so drunk you just wanted the person to leave, just go home? You just I just gotta get away from you. I'm drunk. Have you ever thrown the date to the wind and just want to go home now because you're too drunk?
Have I ever thrown a date to the wind because I'm too drunk?
I have.
I haven't.
I have. I've gotten so shit faced. I'm looking at Shorty like it doesn't even matter.
They say, nah, son, whatever, bro.
It doesn't even matter. I have to go home.
Now, I ain't come from. I've been there.
Yeah.
But I don't even want sex. Like, I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Nothing you say, I don't care anymore.
But I have been so drunk that I definitely went to sleep, but not like
At the restaurant?
No, like went back with the nigga and just like I'm going
I've
to
gotten
bed.
so drunk
Good
that
night.
I've gone to sleep at the restaurant.
How?
Head on the table.
Like, how do you? I have a question. No.
Mid conversation.
Cause how? How do you get your head on the?
No, that like this. That like this. Out. Shorty sitting there like this. Listen, I have no excuses. I drink strong drinks and I don't have much body mass. Which just fucked me up. I have honestly, I'm like a 4'11" girls. I should not be drinking Hennessy. I'm ordering Hennessy and pineapple. 3 of those? 2, 3 of those?
Yeah.
It's over.
It's a wrap.
It's over.
Same.
You ever sleep talk?
Sleep talk?
Yeah, you so tired, you start talking shit, and you just talking about like chickens and monkeys and shit in mid sentence. You ever catch yourself drunk talking to somebody and they look at you like,
you like, oh, I ain't making no sense right now. Yeah.
chicken just ate a cent? What? Chicken just jumped over the roof. What'd you say? Oh no, huh?
Yo, what kind of life experiences have you had?
Trom, have you ever done that? You've been so drunk and sleep, you just talking and just don't make no sense no more. And you
But
realize, 'cause,
outside?
I be saying shit and then I hear it in my head like, did I just say the chicken fucked her in the pussy?
Like, yeah, that shit don't make sense.
Nah, but I will say I have fallen asleep at parties before. That shit not the safest thing in the world, but when I'm fucking tired, nigga, I'm fucking tired. I remember I went out with my girls one time and I just laid on all our coats. Went to sleep,
Going.
took a nap in the spot.
Going.
Niggas like,
They gonna hold you
where's
down.
Dodge? Like,
I'm holding down the coats.
yeah, I got you. I'm watching y'all shit. Fuck out of here. Like, I got us.
Cam says sleep talk is the worst. Yes, I've done it. I've done it quite often.
I've never done that shit outside. That's the stupid shit I do in the house.
I've done it quite often. Often. Okay, let's get into this. We're gonna give each one of these segments 7 minutes. But the interesting thing about it is that these segments are actually all of one conversation.
Okay.
Our entire part one, before we get to the nonsense, is one conversation, and the category is Dr. Umar.
Oh, my fave.
I found this to be a really interesting conversation. Trav sent it to me and was like, yo, honestly, bro, there's mad conversations within this conversation that we could attack, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to have to break them down. So he sent me, basically it's one whole conversation
But
that he
different
sent
parts.
me in part by part by part by part.
Trav, you're so
Shout out to
amazing at
Trav.
this.
Shout out to you, bro. You can hit him up at THECHAUX on Twitter, I believe, if you want to send him topics or just show him appreciation for being.
Please start sending topics to
yeah,
Trav and stop sending them to us.
for being
We don't
amazing
look at them.
and chubby.
Not chubby, child.
Definitely, Trav was like, yo, I remember at some point this week, Trav was like, I used to be I was your favorite fan. I was your number one fan. I was like, was being the operative word. And then fucking Malcolm said I'm Drake. Malcolm
He
said
called
all
you
I do is
Drake?
argue with bitches. This bitch ass. He said, nigga, you argue with Kay Vega, you argue with Cuddy, you argue with Mandy, you're fucking Drake. Face it. This is fucking identity crisis. You're mad at him for being, it's another thing with Virgos. You're a Virgo, you're mad at Virgos for being Virgos, and that's you. I was this close to telling him to suck my dick again. But I already learned. You know what I'm saying? We had an interesting conversation. We pulled it back, paused, and things went well.
Where was this? Is this in the Discord?
Yeah.
What day was this? I have to find this.
This might be, what's today? Monday?
Yeah.
It's Friday, Saturday.
Oh, I'm gonna find that.
Motherfucker, man. I was like, you motherfucker. Go to voice. Go to voice. For those of y'all who don't know, in the Discord, we have voice chat too. So we sometimes address certain things in the voice chat where everybody can come in and listen, and we can, it's almost like Clubhouse or whatever. But go to voice. Go to voice. I want you to hear the intensity in my fucking voice right now, but we didn't do that. Anyway, let's go into the first topic, and it is back to Africa. And the caption is, should women have to go out of the country to find the masculine black man they are looking for?
Oh, I saw this.
Let me see. First question.
Fault. Specifically, black women will have to marry out of the race. And I just want to tell you why, right? Based on the numbers, I'm pretty sure it starts off kind of even and around 18. It starts to decline, and around 30, it gets out of hand where we're at, say, 7 to 10, 6 to 10. But when you factor in unemployed, homosexuals, people who stay at home, we could argue it's probably 4 to 10. So with those type of numbers, plus incarceration. So with those type of numbers, don't you think it's reality for women eventually to look to other races for men, even if you don't condone it? But it just seems like a realistic approach because there's just not enough men. And I want to go against I know you're going to mention polygamy, right? But the only reason with polygamy, due to the income of a lot of black men, I don't know if there'll be enough black men making enough to take care of numerous women, unless you redefine polygamy where the women are taking care of the men in some weird way. But I wonder what you have.
Good question. So do black women have to consider dating outside the race since there's not enough men available for them, and the ones who are available want a woman outside of the race? I would still be against it. I would say that the black woman can go north to Canada and get her a black man. She can go south to Central America. More than enough black men down there. More than enough black men in
South America, more than enough black men in the Caribbean. I think she has to broaden her horizons, but I don't think she has to go outside of her race. And honestly speaking, I think it would be to her advantage to do so. And the reason I say that is because in America, we have had the economic emasculation of the black man, where women have been put in charge of the leadership of the community. And it has been this way for at least 50 years. We have created a culture where it's okay for black men to not be masculine, to not be leaders. So if the black woman is looking for that traditional black masculinity, she will definitely find that in Africa.
Passport girls.
I saw you in the comments. Let's go, passport girls.
Let's go, passport girls.
What do y'all think?
Oh shit! I usually fuck with Dr. Umar. I mean, not on everything, but on some of his shit. But this one, it's like, yeah, it's giving passport girls. It's like
It's lit. But for black people, you're not going over there talking about I'm going to DR because they're better.
Oh yeah, it's passport for other black people.
Yeah, that shit sounds fire to me.
so I'm not mad at it in theory, but you know, in reality, it just seems like a lot. Like, damn.
Are you serious?
Beyonce.
So you're trying to find a way to accept this nonsense?
No,
They
I'm
gotta
trying.
go get their own fufu.
I'm trying to say why I'm against it.
What? Fufu?
Yeah, that's wild.
It's a fucking Eddie Murphy joke.
Yeah,
know.
we know.
So you can't say nothing. You can't speak.
I mean,
like
Eddie Murphy said it 40 years ago. It's a
I was about to
different-
say
it's a-
that the generation is not going to get it.
It's a
Like,
different time now.
Well, fuck y'all. Do your research. It's fufu. Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand. So, Dr. Umar is standing on his shit. Marry black by any means necessary. But I think the means that he's suggesting is a bit of a reach. Like,
Thank you.
instead of, I can't date outside of my race. Instead of that, I got to go to fucking Canada.
Would you
and-
rather a woman date a white man instead of going to?
I don't mind interracial dating. So I'm with Dr. Umar for the progression of our people. I think it's best that we date inside our race. But, you know, listen, love is love. And if you can't find love within your race, you can't find a masculine man or whatever the fuck you're looking for, whatever. Like,
why can't
I'm not going to say you got to go overseas to find that instead of dating outside of your race.
Why are you breaking your neck? What's wrong with that?
I don't understand what y'all talking about.
What?
Me? I'm not saying anything. I asked a question.
What? Go ahead, Dash.
This makes mad sense to me.
A woman has to go to Canada to find a nigga?
Why not? You don't actually have to go. You can meet. I'm pretty sure that you can find a fucking Hinge Canadian version or fucking Ghana, Nigeria, Congo,
Ghana
and them
Connect.
niggas is fine. You shitting me?
But you live in America, and you should deliberately try to date in other countries and continents. That's kind of wild.
But
That's
at least
long distance
you
relating.
dating other black people. What if they actually have hopes and
Are they
dreams of
black?
moving? No, I'm not
So
doing that
you
either.
check that box. They're black, but now you got a whole other list of problems to deal with because it's a long distance
Listen, if
relationship.
I wasn't marrying Drew, I was 100% sure I was going to marry a Nigerian. Give me all that culture.
But a Nigerian in Nigeria?
No, a Nigerian. There's Nigerians all around the place.
Exactly, but they're here. So what he's
Right.
saying is going to other countries to get a nigga and bring him back, or you're going over there
You
living.
can, or you can go to like little sects of these neighborhoods that are already in America. Like, go to.
If it's in America, that's
going.
different.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
on, wake up.
Did he say go
Yes,
to
he
or
said
get
go to
from?
Canada.
You could go to North Canada. He said, play it again.
I'm not playing it again.
He's talking about within the pool that's in America already.
Yeah, within
it's
the-
not enough.
Well, the black American. I don't want to do this again.
Nah, we don't even got to go there because that's not what he's talking about. He said,
I don't want to do this again.
The realization that just came when she's like, no, no,
I'm done. I'm done.
but-
Listen, go find you a Nigerian American, a Caribbean American.
that's
Fuck
not.
it.
But that's what he's saying,
If you
including
can't find them,
all
go.
of the
got
Nigerian
her
Americans,
groove
Caribbean Americans that are within America's borders. If it's not enough, he's like, yo, instead of dating outside of your race, go outside, go to like
The West Indies.
Hinge Canada or Hinge Nigeria. Like find somebody that's
Literally said,
literally
go to the Caribbean
super long distance.
Go there. It's not that far.
and bag fucking
Tay Diggs and bring him home.
right. It's
And
still
build
got her
a life.
groove by it. And like instead of it being like some wild thing that happens on vacation, you actually lock in with the dude and bringing him back and help him get his visa. And this is your man. By the
I
way,
know
we've
somebody
seen
that
that.
did it.
We you know who I'm talking about?
Nah.
Yeah, we've seen this.
I know a girl that did it
Maybe not exactly, but where from across seas?
in Jamaica.
Found a guy, locked in with him.
Married him, brought him back.
That happens a lot.
All right, I can't read lips.
Yeah,
Damn.
So,
Can't read.
I'm the worst.
she said I heard it over here.
Facts.
But maybe it wasn't the same. But it's similar to me.
Listen, I'm just saying, if you got passport bros running around here and you feel like you don't have the type of black men in your proximity that you want, I don't see anything wrong with outsourcing in the same race. You keeping the race relations together. Aye, Captain.
Race is black, right?
Yeah.
Even though cultures are different.
Yes. And yes.
Do you think that Americans would be cool with dating in other cultures? Like, what's the success rate of that? Because I think that we're very spoiled, obnoxious.
Not
Like,
all of us.
I think Americans as a whole, if you've been raised in America, you are not really ready for the cultural differences of dating most people in other cultures that have lived other places.
I think that it's a learning curve, but it's a learning curve with anybody.
Not the same. When your learning curves are here in America, you have the general culture similarities. Whether they match you personally, whatever, it's not a cultural difference. You are not dating an African from Africa.
How the fuck you gonna tell me I've dated Africans
You
from
see the
Africa?
way you and fucking Ray had the fucking beef, and he's from here. He's from here.
I don't want to say what
You
I'm
was
saying.
not supposed to be speaking.
That's certain. Not all people from the continent are like non-progressive in that way.
But do you think that
I've dated
other men
many
from-
Nigerians from Africa and
That
did
were
not
here
have
in
those.
America?
Yeah,
Because they would have been Americanized.
they're not Americanized. Nigga, I worked at a whole Nigerian restaurant. Them
And you
niggas was
beat
still
him up.
mad.
You
I beat up
put
the
your hands
owner.
on him.
I beat up the owner. I beat up the owner. But the Nigerian niggas that I dated from when I was in the restaurant.
Yo, the fact that she beat him up is crazy.
The Nigerian men.
Fisticuffs.
The Nigerian men that I dated when I worked in it that I met from India, them niggas was fire.
Okay, fire.
They
Yeah,
were
I think
fire,
that
and I didn't
think
have any
people-
issues with them. I didn't have any issues with them culturally, and they understood that I was an American woman, so we had an understanding. I used to date this one scientist. Oh, he was fire.
Were these actual your niggas or just dating?
It was somebody I would say one of my niggas. I was dating him.
Okay. So
He was fire.
I'm wondering, Trom, do you think the American woman can date a man from a different culture that lives somewhere else successfully? What do you think that looks like?
It's definitely challenging. Back to
Especially a Dodge. Especially a Brooklynite?
Why you so fucking disrespectful?
A Dodge? A Brooklynite? Like
What's a
straight up?
Dodge? What does it mean?
I'm not doing that.
What does that mean?
Yo, it's like matter of fact, one of the clips, the shit that I said a couple weeks ago I got clipped. Like, yo, you go to other cultures, you might have to shut the fuck up. Like, that's the standard over there. The way women are now in America, they're not treated that way across the world.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to other continents and your role in the relationship might be a little bit more humbling.
Mm-hmm.
So to
It
your point,
depends.
I don't know if that's going to be an easy transition for a lot of American
You might
women.
have to shut the fuck up.
Real shit though.
Yeah.
You think that's cool?
It depends on what I'm shutting the fuck up about.
Let's move on to the next one. I was supposed to put a timer on this shit, but I did not. Let's move on. The category is still Dr. Umar. The very next clip is about misogyny. And the caption is, would today's black women, did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Women.
Not,
Women.
Not female.
Would today's not female, women be okay with dating African, Caribbean, or South American black men? Damn, I thought that we had just addressed that. But
Right.
let's see what Dr. Umar thinks. Oh, that was the second one. Oh, anyway. Sorry. Fucked that up.
Mm-hmm.
So good. We're still on timing. The third one is polygamy. Is monogamy real, and should we as a culture move toward and accept polygamy? Let's.
Escalation system. She will find him in South America. She will find him in the Caribbean, because these are communities where black men are raised and taught how to live off the land, how to build a house with your bare hands, how to be a provider for your family. They're very much escalation system. She will find him in South America. She will find him in the Caribbean, because these are communities where black men are raised and taught how to live off the land, how to build a house with your bare hands, how to be a provider for your family. They very much still have that original killer instinct, not killer in terms of killing somebody's life, but that do or die for my family mentality that a lot of us in the States don't have. So I think not only should the black woman look outside of the geographic borders of the United States for a husband, I think it'd be to her liking to do it. I know sisters who have married African men, some of whom never thought they would look at them. They were not attracted. And they said, when I gave myself a chance, I actually liked him more than the brothers because he was so much willing to be everything I wanted in a man. I'm not downplaying the brothers in the States, because we do have alphas and we do have brothers who still imbue that black masculine spirit. But if we're going to be honest, it's probably lower here than other places because of that emasculation process that we went to, along with all the other issues that the white power structure has introduced into the community.
Okay. So that was actually part 2, right? And the question was, would today's black women be okay with dating African, Caribbean, or South American black men? Dr. Umar says, yeah, it's a thing. You should try to do that.
I think it's a thing too. And I think that some men, black men from different cultures, they value family and the placement in the family different. And when we say things like father your sons, father your daughters, I feel like they'll be there to do that.
That's a wild bar.
I know.
I can't even believe that you just said that.
I did say it, and I meant it.
But you really think Africans come home and wash dishes and burp kids? And
I'm not
diapers?
talking about that. I'm
With
just
all due
talking
respect
about.
to Africans,
I'm talking
I just have
about
not
being
seen
there
that.
to raise their families.
Raise how? They're out getting money, and they have. From what I've seen, and I don't know very many Africans. I've seen Liz. That's my African friend. I don't know that many.
That sounds crazy.
It does sound crazy.
What?
That's my African.
Like my token African friend. Like that's my African friend.
That's
Not
crazy.
even Ghanaian. Like that's my African friend.
That's the only person I know personally.
From the continent.
Right.
But
Yeah,
what
I don't
I
know
will say
very
is
many.
I have
I
a lot
get
of
it, but it sounded
family.
crazy.
I have a lot of friends from the continent and from the Caribbean, and most of their parents are still together. Most of their parents are married. Most of them have relationships and have grew up in the house with their mother and their father. Not saying that it's fostering like the perfect relationship or the
But
perfect
you don't know
home.
what she's done to stay with him. You have fucking, like you said, Margaret was staying with him, and he had Loretta down the block.
I understand.
For mad long. You don't know what they've been through.
I just said that. Those are the words that just came out of my mouth.
It
but what
wasn't. You didn't use Margaret or Loretta.
my larger point is family is something that is centered, is cornerstone. I remember when I was about in my 20s, and this is my Trinity side of the family, and me and my cousins were all together. We're sitting down, we're eating, and my cousin brought up how his father basically pressed him, because at that time he was about 26 and his father was just like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, you're getting older now. What are you working for? You don't have a family. You don't have a girlfriend. You don't have kids. What is your purpose in life if it's not to take care of a family? And his father like really pressed him, like, you're the eldest son. You're not upholding the standards of our culture, which is you should be at least in a serious relationship right now, looking towards marriage, because these are the things that are important in our culture, in our family. So to have that as an example, like, there are just certain things. Even my own father was pressing me at a certain age, like, you don't have kids, you don't have a husband, you don't have a boyfriend, you leave these relationships too quickly, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, daddy, like, I haven't found the person yet. And he's like, well, when the fuck are you gonna do it, type shit. Like, these are the types of examples that I grew up around, where it's a little bit different on my American side. And all of my family, most of my friends who have parents that are married, they are from the continent, they are from the Caribbean. It just is what it is.
Somebody in the chat just said African men do take a lot of pride in nurturing their children. Most feel like a child is the greatest gift his wife could give him. Very different than a lot of American men. I have not seen that. what I've heard from a lot of people through conversation. Like I want to say this as a precursor to this statement. I love Africa. I don't want no smoke with nobody. But I've heard that the men are very like traditional in their ways, and the woman is supposed to be traditional in her way. You know, what we've heard of them having multiple women and, you know, being providers is definite. You're going to provide. But the Western way of life does not sit well with them. Is what I've heard.
Some of them, when you talk about like the elders
so we're talking about
and stuff.
Nurturing. What are we talking about?
I'm just
Warming
talking
up
about
baby bottles.
No, I'm just talking about being there to raise their kids, even in the midst of stupidity. And I'm not talking about I'm literally talking about being in the house every day to make sure that they are raising their kids.
I've seen that.
We're not talking about the dynamic. Yes, we're not talking about the dynamic. They're not doing that.
They're not breaking up,
and they're not leaving their children. They're not if they are married in their house. And their children are in that house with their wife, they are going home every day. You might have some other shit going on. I'm not speaking to that, but what I'm saying is
what I'm talking
you're
about
staying
is nurture.
in your family.
What we're talking about nurture, staying there because that's your culture. And I've seen men lose their shit over their women trying to leave them. African men. They're not going for that. We're together.
Forever.
You're embarrassing. You're this, that, whatever. Whatever I do out here, you're my family. I've seen that. I'm just not sure that the American women, the black American women, and I'm going to use that term just out of love and adoration for who y'all are and what I covered about y'all, is ready for the type of, like what you said. Yes, he wants to stay with you even though he's doing whatever, and you know about it.
But
in today's world,
I think it's a generational thing too,
and also,
because a lot of men from the continent also, they're not all super duper traditional. You have progressive men in the midst of that, and that's what I was talking about with the Nigerian men that I've dated that are straight from the continent, that migrated here, that came here for college, or they came here to work, or whatever the case may be, that their language is still strong with them, their culture is still strong with them. They were progressive men. They were not very much like Daja, sit down, shut the fuck up, you know, sweep the floor type. They never spoke to me or dealt with me in that way. They were very catering. They were very like emotional. They were sensitive. They were affectionate. They were men that like kind of wore their heart on their sleeve, told me how they felt. Like I was never in like a gray area. Like they probably had a couple of other bitches and a couple other families, but when I was with them, I was content. Like
until it's real. Until it's real, because as you practice, just to understand, everything that you practice every day, that's something you get better at. So the nigga's in a relationship, just playing around with you, and that's how he is. Yeah. But this is still not to talk about African American men. This is really like, does it work? The question was, would today's black women, American black women, be okay with dating African, Caribbean, or South American black men? You're saying yes, Trom. You're what?
I'm saying yes. And I want to address something that we didn't talk about yet. Dr. Umar was basically saying like the American men. So I feel like globally, black men have gone through a lot of persecution and oppression. But American black men specifically have got it the worst. So like he said, they've been systemically emasculated. So black men in America have a lot of issues. Like, let's just face it. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. So he's basically admitting that the quality of African American men are a little bit lower, so you could maybe find a higher quality black man outside of America, and that's kind of deep, man. It's like black men in America have been really oppressed and persecuted, and have gone through a lot, and it's been systemically, it's been racial. So, I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. That's what struck me out of this. Do y'all agree that you think like black men in America are probably struggling more than black men outside of America?
I think it's regional, honestly. I think northern, and even some in the West Coast, I think southern black men that are raised correctly They still exist and they're fire. I think like Midwestern black men that are raised in a certain type of environment, a certain type of family with a certain type of like stature, education, things of that matter, of that nature. Like I think that they come out really fire. I think some of the black men in the northern and western urban communities, I feel like that they're missing the mark on what it is. And I think that I've said this on the show before, like the probability of a black man born and raised in New York to get married is lower, in my opinion, than in other states and other cities, because it's just not something that niggas value. It's not something that they wake up and they think about, or they're raised to like want, or have like a thought process of like, this is what I aspire to, because they don't really see it. But I feel like there are a lot of Southern black men that are still very much that way. Like,
I don't know if that's the upbringing or just because of geographically in New York City, it's just not an environment that breeds marriage. It's an environment that breeds
foolishness.
Right. So, and you know, when I spent a lot of time in New Orleans, and not for nothing, not to diss New Orleans, because I say this wherever I've gone, like I look at black men like, damn, we need to step our game up. There's a lot of black men that's of a certain age and they still dressing like they 12 years old. And they,
all right.
I mean, listen.
Lucky I wore a button up today.
We have to have these conversations.
Yeah.
Smoking weed all day, not doing anything productive, hanging out, shit like that. And I see that down south. I see that in New York. I see that everywhere.
Areas,
my thing is this with that, right? And this might be, damn, I hate to do this because it was a thought I was having while I was working the other day. I think that women just have it better from birth than men. And the reason why, especially black women. So this is my thing, right? I was thinking about it. I was like, yo, for one, we all agree that women are raised more. Just the parents are always there. They're supporting them. Even once they get into their 20s, the father's still expected to do shit. You always feel like you got a lifeline. Do you think black men feel that way? From young, from 13, 14, you're not, especially when the dad's not around. The family is not gathering to take care of you no more. That nigga's in the street. Like, even if the mom gives him a place to stay, that nigga's gone. The daughter's expected. They're and that doesn't come from just like, Daj, you may think that it's the mothers be babying these niggas, mothers be babying these niggas. There's a community aspect around women. Even if it comes to the other friends, then it's the thing like this. The woman is always desired. She has friend groups. Men always want her. She's taught to look at herself as some sort of prize. No disrespect, I always think women are the prize. But do the guys have that? If you don't have no legacy, you don't really come from nothing. You don't really have nobody that loves you but your mother. You're going to resent her after a while because she's trying to give you masculine energy because your dad's not around. Women don't look at you like you a bum because you ain't got shit. Niggas always trying to fuck with you, beat you up. Racism beating down your ass. You're taught, you're supposed to be dead by 18 to 25. Do women think they're supposed to be dead by 18 to 25?
No, but I think that...
Just think about the thing in totality, though.
I am. And I think that in totality, I don't agree with you.
Good. Okay, good. Cool. And I'm willing to accept that. This, like I said, this was a fleeting thought while I'm working. This is not something I'm trying to prove, right? This is just, I'm just thinking like, yo, niggas, women be having their shit together from way before the working years. Like, they're literally listening in class. You're a rebel in class. There's something to that. There's something to that, to the fact that you don't believe in yourself from a long time before you get older and you're covering it up with chains, Benzes, clothes, whatever it is. These are all things you have not poured. You don't, for some reason, believe that you're worthy of success, of being a lead or a head of a family, which is also why, going back to the Drake shit, I think that when niggas feel like women think you disrespect them. Like you got to tear her down in some way because you're trying to play me, and I put too much work, and like, yo, somebody say something about me right now. I'm like, all right, cool, my dick big. Sorry, I was joking. Sorry, I am taking care of my family. I take care of my children. I make a good penny at work. I have people that believe in me. What you say don't really do nothing to me. Like your opinion, great, is not valid over here. Your opinion, fine, it's not valid over here. A lot of times the men, that shit really rips into them because they built a facade around their insecurities, and they don't really have a community around them to make them feel valid. You are what you have. You are what you present, not necessarily who you are, which I believe that women just have a better community around them. You're accepted in the corporate America. You have better friend groups. People celebrate you. You always go outside and people are going to make you feel wanted and desired. Whether you choose them or not, you're always going to feel wanted and desired. You also not felt like the gutter, the shit of America. Black men do, regardless of what y'all think, not even regardless, with respect to how y'all feel we treat y'all, y'all are allowed. Y'all are accepted. We are the gutter snakes, the black men. We are, and we know it. And that's from the other women, but other niggas, from the other races. Nobody gives a fuck about us. Even us. Even other niggas. I look at a nigga, and a lot of times I gotta look away from the nigga. Because I don't want to face fight you, homeboy. I'm not doing that with you, bro. I know I'm worth something now. I don't have the time to do that old shit where we got to prove that our dicks are bigger by how long we can stare at each other. Nigga, you got it. I got somewhere to go. Most niggas have to win that face fight. Most niggas have to, for whatever reason. It's because we don't have nothing validating us in life. In life.
Hey.
Huh?
Right, I agree. Shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Dash said she did not.
I think life is about perspective, and I can understand and respect that perspective coming from you, but I feel like on the other side of it that women, if boys were raised like women were raised,
we had this combo. I remember
this conversation would be null and void.
Right.
But I feel like happens with boys are they're not raised and they're not taught to do certain things, and they think it's gonna, like, people think it's gonna happen like through osmosis, and then when they wake up one day you're just expected to do
to know.
And
right.
then that's where the problem comes in.
Let me pause this real quick.
Yeah.
I thought that in my fleeting thoughts, I was like, and now I've been fighting this whole shit till I'm 32, and I'm supposed to know how to love.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to know how
Yeah.
to express. And I've been fighting all this negativity all this time. I'm supposed to be a positive nigga now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I agree with you in that sense, but I also don't know if I necessarily feel like women have the advantage that you think we have. I think you see it from the outside looking in, which is fine. I feel like as we get older, sometimes we are more so expected to know better, expected to do better. So whereas I find if boys make a mistake, their mom is going to be there for them more than they'll be there for the daughter that makes a mistake in a certain way. Because it's like, that's my son, I'm here for you. Like, I've watched the women in my family and how they cater to the boys in my family making the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over again.
Okay, I get that.
And the one time that I make a mistake is like, yo, you should have knew better. You're smarter than that. You should know better than that.
They're
and it's like,
respecting
yo,
them more.
y'all
They're expecting
coddle
more. Right.
these niggas that's supposed to be the men of the
Right.
family.
Okay.
And then you don't give me the same space or the same grace. Like, you protect them, but you're not protecting me.
Would you rather be coddled in the home and looked at as with less coddling in the world, period, or be less coddled in the home and giving more benefit in the world? Because that's the difference here.
I think I agree with you, and I think that there should be a balance for both genders.
But that is not the reality.
Okay.
The reality is, one is coddled more in the home. Like I said, and I agree with you, the mother will always make sure that the boy is taken care of.
Right.
But once that nigga goes outside, reality hits. And anybody is not going to really respect the opinion of the person in the crib. It's like, after a while, you used to getting loved. It's all right, but I want the love from outside. I want the rest of the world. Like, I expect that from you. You're my mom. So what you're saying is, yo, you know what? I need more love from you inside the house. But outside, you know you got it everywhere else you go.
Yeah.
So which one would you rather have? It's two different experiences, and one is way more detrimental.
I get that. And I think for a long time that I would rather the inverse, to have more of the love and coddling from inside the house than outside. But what I realized is I'm doing better.
Do you realize how much you speak about being in danger?
Yeah.
Outside the house?
Yeah.
Do you want that to get worse just for the love in the house?
No, and that's what I'm saying. Now I don't think that way, but before, it's like when you're lacking something, you think the other thing is better, right? Mm-hmm. So I learned after my mother died that my mother was that shield and comfort of love in the house. And once she died, I never quite felt that type of love and safety and reassurance in a house ever again from any of my family members. One, because my family, a lot of them did not live in proximity to me. And a lot of ones that did live in proximity to me, they just, in my opinion, just did not cover me and shield me from the world the way that I felt like I should have been as a child in that situation. Mm-hmm. So I was always searching and fighting for that love from inside of the house, even though I did get it from outside. Mm-hmm. I got it from my friends. I got it from, teachers that love me and that basically raised me. I got it from the community, but you always are kind of felt with like a hole in your heart, like you kind of feel empty because I still have to go back to this house every day that I don't feel this love in.
So let me ask you a question on this, right? Something that you've always balked at, and Trav, I realized that I need to get back to the outline. Give me 1 second. At some point, you got tired of being harassed, quote unquote, harassed by men. Mm-hmm. Up until that point, do you think you loaded up with confidence?
From men in the street? Or from men in my life?
Just the fact that you were desired.
But see, I don't think I ever really looked at it like desire.
Look at it right now. Do you think that there certain things come from being
an attractive woman in the world?
Looked at as something of value?
Yes. But I never felt like niggas that talk to me in the street value.
Not talking about catcalling. I'm talking about understand. So, what I'm trying to get at is, what about when you don't feel that? What about when you looked at as something that is not of value?
Yeah.
Imagine how 10, 20, 30 years of feeling that way, unless you had this.
Yeah, I get that.
Makes you feel, because that's the competition.
Yeah.
Between men. That is the thing where it's like, oh, and it's not even between us. It's like, yo, I need a chain. I need those Jordans. I
need these material things because they're valuable to people in the world.
And at the same time, existing in a place where you're dangerous. People will take your life from you. Mm-hmm. The people, the police, other niggas, and women will look down on you if you don't have it. So it's like literally you're undervalued. Yeah. Just for existing, you're undervalued.
Yeah. And
that's decade upon decade upon decade of walking this planet, and you're asking us to at some point know how to pour into somebody else. And so it's just like trauma. I think the conversation started with you saying something about the value of some sort. I can't between black men and black women. Yeah. And I just think that black men got it really, really, really bad, and we don't pay attention to that. And so I think that we did a really great job of not really trying to compare both sides, trying to understand. But just understanding both sides. Mm-hmm. But there is something there that black men, we need help with our identity and value. just as raw human beings and where we stand in this world beyond what social media says or beyond, I just think we're in a really bad situation, and it's going to take real parenting.
That was the question I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Do you think that black boys would feel more sense of value if they had men in their lives to actually raise them? Do you think that there's a disparity between the black boys that are raised in a single mother household versus the black boys that are raised with their fathers? So like the question is more like to you, Trom, do you feel the same weight on your shoulder being the fact that you're a man that grew up in a house with your father and your older brother versus the way that Tahoe looks at the world being the fact that you grew up in a single mother environment? Is there a difference there?
I'm sure there is a difference. It's hard to compare because I don't know what his experience was like firsthand. But I will say this, even outside of the home is probably the most important place, but even outside of the home, our experiences are the same. Our interactions with police, our interactions in school, our interactions with media and images of black men, we're just constantly, basically thrown the imagery that we're less than or that we're undervalued. You know what I mean?
But if you leave the house and you feel that way, you feel undervalued, you feel like not respected in the world, you can still go home and talk to your father about that. And then you guys can kind of compare and contrast experiences and say like, yeah, I went through that too, son. This is how I navigated through that world. This is how I'm able to see it, to be able to have that proximity to your dad. Do you think that that's more helpful?
Of course, absolutely.
And then that goes to my larger point then when you have fathers that are raising their sons, then you can speak to, I'm not saying the experience is less than, but you can speak to it from a nurturing, a patriarchal point of view to nurture your child and say, I went through this too. I'm here for you. I survived it. You can survive it. This is what I did, and have those conversations versus somebody that feels that way in the world and comes home and has nobody in the house that they can relate to.
I'm going to tell you right now, I saw Drake respond to somebody on the internet that was talking shit about him in his album, lackluster album, apparently. And Dennis Graham, his dad,
I saw that,
jumped under it to defend his son. And I said, this shit just made me want a dad even more at 48 years old. You want to know why? Because there's a sense of acceptance, like, and support, and just a real identity confirmer.
Yep.
When your dad fucks with you, when he shows up to your games, when he's there to support you and lift you above his shoulders. It's identity confirming. And without that, you don't identify with your moms as a boy.
Yeah.
You can respect her, you can love her, but you don't see yourself in her like that. Like you don't want to be like her. You know what I'm saying? And so without that, who am I? Where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be like? You know what I'm saying? And so what if you take the view that the world has of you because you don't have an identity confirmer? Now you're taking the suggestions from outside.
Yep.
What does that look like? Let's move on. Damn, that was a good fucking conversation.
It was.
God damn, you motherfuckers is fire in here. I'm serious. Because that goddamn shit.
You was finna cry.
No, I've cried inside for years. But I do realize that, damn, I wish I had a fucking dad that gave a fuck. I do. And I'm so glad that I had that weekend with my sons because I seen how they was really like fucking with it. And they was eating the food like, yo, this food is so fucking good. Like, not fucking, but.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they was like the whole signs and the what's the name? That shit was fire. Like, you know, so, and I can imagine what that does for them, knowing they could call their dad. You know what I'm saying? And knowing it's like, yo, it's my dad coming in, you know, when we go to baseball games and I'm right there up against the fence, like, hit that ball, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they see the respect I get other places. So now that I'm on y'all dick, with all due respect. I'm y'all nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see what that does for the boys. And I really hope that the men that listen to this show also see what it can do for their sons and daughters as well, by the way, and daughters as well. Okay, we got 2 minutes on each topic now.
All right.
The category is still Dr. Umar as it goes on, and the next one, the title is polygamy. I think I spoke on this already, but it says, is monogamy real, and should we as a culture move toward and accept polygamy? Whoa, I am scared of this one. I am.
Oh, I'm gonna say something real fucked up.
1, 2, 3, 4.
For me, polygyny has to be considered. It doesn't have to be wholesale for everyone. And it doesn't have to last eternally. I can see a situation where some men can have more than one woman, and that this plural relationship system that we go to in the black community will only last as long as it is needed. Once you have a situation where the brothers are back on their feet and doing what they need to do, stop killing each other, stop being killed, stop going to prison because we have jobs and an economy for them, then maybe you can give it on up. I don't see it as perpetual. I see it as something that should be for the moment as we need it, which can be the next 20, 40 years. You follow me? But I don't think it has to be perpetual. But here's the issue. We already have polygyny.
Facts.
Very few men, whether they in Africa, whether they here, whether they black, white, or yellow, but of course we're talking about ourselves. There's very few men who don't have more than one woman. Mm-hmm. You follow me? Monogamy is a myth. It doesn't exist anyway. The problem is most men are not being honest with their women, letting them know you're not my only one. Mm-hmm. So it keeps this idea, this Cinderella idea in the black woman's mind that I can have a man all to myself. Now, in theory, that's good, but you have to look at your circumstances.
Okay, there's a lot being said here, and this is going to go somewhere, hopefully, I think. The first thing that's being said here is the idea that the woman supports the man, builds him up into a place where he's ready to man the house. He's able to financially support. He's able to be there as the man, show up as the man that he wasn't before her, but she believes in him, and she helps him become who he's supposed to be. And at that point, she is able to live in her feminine energy, and he is able to accept his masculine role and move forward as a family as it's traditionally supposed to be. But they're saying this could take a long time. Mm-hmm. This could take a long time. Now, I'm not saying their relationship needs to take 20 years before that happens, but he's saying that over the course of the next 20-something, 30 years, this is a natural change that should happen in the black community. I can see that myself. I can see that just because of the fact that the men are showing up as fathers now. Social media is holding us accountable. Certain things are becoming more cool than they were during the bitches and hoes in 40s of fucking old English.
Yeah.
Which what we celebrated 20, 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. And the crack era and this and the other. So it's a healing process going on, but it's going to take 20, 30, 40 years to root out a bunch of the bullshit.
Facts.
Dodge, do you think that you're ready to support a man to help him become the man that he's supposed to be?
No. No. But here's my controversial statement. I feel like more lower income men and women should think about polygyny as a resource and a way out of their circumstances.
Whole different conversation that we can address right now.
And that's all I was thinking about the whole time. Like, if your baby father got 2 baby mothers and kids, y'all might as well just all live in the same fucking house. And now you have 3 incomes in one house. And now you can build off of that. If you're $50,000 a year and he's $50,000 a year and she's $50,000 a year, that's a little bit more helpful for the community if y'all all come and live together and do things together and build together and save together. I'm not saying everybody gotta fuck each other, but I'm just saying that. I mean, for maybe in one sense or not. But what I'm saying is, I think that this farce of ownership of people is crazy. I've been saying this for the longest, and this idea that you can't look, can't breathe, can't do that with anybody else but me, it's more detrimental than it is helpful for us, especially those of us that are struggling.
A lot of women would
us
call
are
you a pick-me
struggling.
for that. A lot of women would call you a pick-me for saying that.
How is that
so
calling
what
me
you
a
expect
pick-me?
nigga
Because
that got 2 baby mothers here at home, like if you saying that here, then what? I might as well, he can go do what else he wants somewhere else too, as long as he's here. With you two chicks, you done did all this. You can't even put up the house.
see,
for
that's
these
what
two
I'm
chicks?
talking about. And then this is where like social media, me and social media don't fucking agree, because I don't give a
getting
fuck
aggressive.
what you call me. Like I could be the pick me of the year. Like I don't really care. I care about the betterment of us as a community, and I'm saying that niggas are struggling trying to do it by themselves, and we need to bring back community and communal types of situations. Y'all already sharing the same baby father. They already have siblings. Put them niggas in the same house. Let them grow up with them siblings. Let them grow up with their dad in the house, and then maybe things might be able to change. But everybody want to be all in their feelings. Once you have a kid, that kid and that family structure in my mind should come first. I'm sorry. Is this to the betterment of your child to have their father in the house? Is it to the betterment of you that you're not struggling doing everything by yourself? You have extra help in the house. They already fucking related. You can't do nothing about that. Like it doesn't sound. It's not a popular opinion. But I truly think that it is something that can work and to be to the betterment of us as a community, since we're already fucked up.
Tron.
Sorry.
Dash, I think that you did a great job with that, but there's a bigger conversation here that I'd like to get to. For one, she's saying polygamy, right? Or polygyny. I don't know how the fuck to say the word. I
Those
thought
are
it was
two
me.
different
I don't know what the hell's going on, right? Would you be comfortable with her having her baby father moving?
Nah, that's a different type of polygamy.
Why? Same thing. No, why is it different?
Because I think at least what Dr. Umar is alluding to is that men in particular
need help.
have a problem with monogamy, or it's not natural to men. That's what he was saying in the clip. Like men are already polygamous. Whether we want to agree to whether they're honest about it is the issue, right?
Okay.
So monogamy is the issue with men. So yeah, if it's
Is
in
that
reverse,
what you think? You think the
that's what
men
he said.
have the problem with polygamy?
That's what he said. Men have the problem with monogamy.
I think men have a problem being honest. We don't have a problem being polygamous. We just have a problem being honest
Right,
about it.
exactly.
I think
Exactly.
that's two different
He was
statements.
like, polygamy is already a thing. We just ain't honest about it. So I don't think it's the same in
Would you like
reverse.
to have two chicks in the same house?
No.
Why?
That's just me. That's just not where I'm at. Because I feel like
Okay,
to some extent, it depends on where you at in life. Because sometimes, like, why do you want two chicks in the same house? So sometimes it's about greed. It's about having your cake and eat it too. Like you want the relationship life, but you also want the variety of life. A lot of times being in a relationship is about sacrificing certain things. Like you can't have everything in life. A lot of times being successful in life, if you want to be a successful rapper, let's just say, right? You got to put in a lot of studio time. Like these dudes that are successful, that are great entertainers, they're not out here fucking around. Like they're putting work in. It takes a lot of hard work and a great work ethic. People think that the shit comes easy. There's always sacrifices in life if you want a certain end result. So I say all that to say, like, with relationships, to have a successful relationship, to have a healthy relationship, you have to sacrifice certain things. So you might have to sacrifice the variety of having multiple women. So I'm okay with that. I don't think that polygamy is necessary.
But we're talking about the men that don't have the money to support a family, and women being able to come in together. I think that's what's being said here. Is like, yo, he can be a man to both of y'all, and y'all can help build him up, and y'all can get into a better position as a family unit, and then maybe at his next time, y'all don't have to stay together. Yeah. But it helps all three of y'all create certain financial independence that you don't need to do that anymore, but at this point you do. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that, but not for 3 adults. I feel like a lot of times there's a dad living in his bachelor pad, there's a mom living in her place, and we're both co-parenting instead of being under one roof.
But I'm dating.
And splitting the bills.
So I could date and just bring another chick in here because we're in the same house?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying once you split up, now you're splitting up finances, and now you're under 2 different roofs, and the end result is the resources provided for the child are now not as much as it would be if you were under one roof. I don't think you need to get 3 adults under the same roof to accomplish what he's talking about. Is my point.
Jesus, who the hell is this? I know she don't follow me back. Oh, yes, the fuck.
Before we could get 3 people to live together, let's work on 2-parent households. Right? Let's get there first.
Let me play this one video here that I think coincides with this, and it may be a little bit long-winded, but it is by a person that I really like, Ajna, and it's I am Ajna Sarah on Instagram, and I believe she's speaking about the same thing from what I remember from this clip. Let's see.
I want to be so good to you that you desire nothing more than to take care of me.
You'd be okay going 50-50 with your man due to the economy.
I would absolutely be okay with that because you pick the man that you will be willing to go 50-50 with, and then you position him to take care of you if he's not able to do it at that time. So, or if he was able to do it and then something happened and he's not able to do it at that time anymore, the goal is to get you back in a position where you take care of me. And I want to be so good to you that you desire nothing more than to take care of me. So what can I do to help you be repositioned in life so that you can take care of me? So if that looks like we go 50-50 for the next 1.5 years, 2 years, and we work our plan until you're back where you need to be, that's fine. But like starting out with somebody and we just don't go, like why would I do that? I don't know. Because it's like, to me personally, I would feel like if you don't want to take care of me, what did I do? Because if anybody that really loves something, you want to take care of it. Even your dog doesn't do anything for you per se, but it gives you a feeling, it gives you a serenity, and you want to take care of your dog. So like, as your woman, what can I do? What am I not providing for you that you don't want to take care of me? Tell me what to do. Show me how to do it, because I want you to feel so secure about me that you want nothing more than to take care of me. And even if that means that we got to work it out 50-50 for a little while, I would be willing to do it. But just like 50-50 forever, get somebody else to do it.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that music is annoying. I understand what she's saying.
Why the fuck they put the music behind that shit?
It's so loud.
Yeah.
And it's so loud. Like, yo, bro, y'all got to learn how to, the original clip plus the music, lower the fucking extra music down.
Right.
It could have been good background music, but what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to y'all that did it, that the music was fucked up, but I thought that she had a good message there. What do you think, Dosh?
I agree. Like, I don't think that things like that should be forever. But if you find somebody that you feel like that's the person for you, it doesn't hurt you in any way to build together and then release. I'm just not here to do the shit forever, because forever is kind of fucking crazy. And even in merging households, I don't know if that's something that'll last forever, but it's something that can be helpful for you and your children for now, when you put your feelings to the side and put these children first and let them have some type of an egg. Like, think about it. Like, rent is crazy high. If you paying $2,500, I'm paying $2,500, she paying $2,500, we can just pay $2,500 and all of us save our bread, or maybe buy a house so that these kids can have something and we can rent out the house. Now we have like rental properties. Like, there's so many things that you can do financially when you do it together. And I just think that that will help the Black community out substantially.
So I think that's kind of what Ajna was saying, right? It's like, yo, I'll work with you. Let's figure this shit out. Like, you know what I'm saying? What works for you to help you take care of me, and help you take care of our family. That may be go into polygyny or whatever it may be. I found that interesting, her saying that. And then, but I do also thought that I took a note when she said, you gotta still want to be the type of nigga to take care of you. Even if you ain't got it right now. You can't be, because I was thinking about that when it comes to the internet. Niggas are always talking about, oh, I'm not doing this, but let her split the bills, this, that, and the other. Is that because you just ain't got it?
Right.
Or because you just not that type of nigga?
Right.
I think more so it's because you ain't got. Why would I not want to take care of my chick?
Because niggas, because they don't have they don't have their fucking dads, bro. And they think that, oh, I can't take care of these hoes.
Here's the thing is,
I'm not here for these bitches.
Here's the thing, though.
They gonna try to use me for what?
Here's the thing. I heard Drake in one of the songs. He said something, and he was like, "Oh, I gave that shit to you. I could have took care of the guys with that." Like he would have gave that money to his friends. I see all his friends got diamonds and shit. They all living and shit. I'm like, oh, I know Drake be taking them niggas on shopping sprees and shit like that.
Right.
You don't never think about the shit that you do for your homeboys. Why is it always a thing when it comes to doing this shit for a woman? Why is that the conversation? Because they always talking about James Harden and Drake's relationship, or James Harden and Lil Baby. It's like, oh, that nigga bought him a fucking Mueller. Frank Mueller, and the nigga gave the nigga 150,000, and nigga did this and that. Why y'all niggas always doing that for each other?
Niggas is bitches these days. I don't know.
Can't be friends, huh? Now they gotta be bitches for being good friends to each
Yeah,
other.
what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just had the trick thought in my mind.
We really ran out of time, y'all. Okay, Dina.
Me too, Dina.
I'm gonna move on from the Dr. Umar clips. I thought that they were brilliant, but we do have one or two other things that I want to discuss. Let me see. 5:15. All right, I gave myself another 15 minutes, hopefully. The next category. You know what? Let's just move into the listener letter. Let's move into the listener letter, and then we'll do cap and no cap and get the hell out of here. We did have two more things to do, but I'm not sure if I wanted to cover. Yeah, the listener letter. Y'all ready for the fuckery Trav is about to bring into our lives?
No, I'm not actually.
He never mentions any of this. We call him liar. You're lying. You made this up. He never says anything. He just has another one. Is that the joy of his week?
That nigga be on Reddit stealing people fake lives.
He has to have some sort of into some type of crowd somewhere and tell nonsense stories.
Or he's a great writer. Maybe he just comes up with this off the dome.
Maybe we should make a book of listener letters created by Travis.
That he made. What up, y'all? I'm actually a new listener, and I'm relatively new to podcasts, and I discovered y'all this year. I am a 44-year-old man from Houston. When I was 19, I went to jail for armed robbery. Hold on.
This is your life.
Hold on. Did this nigga try to make it more valid?
No, Travis, for real. Where's this from?
Did he really try to make this letter
I
more
need
valid?
the screenshot or something.
Yeah,
like,
where
I
did you
need some
get this
type
from?
of proof.
Where did it come from, Travis? Because you don't have. I'm looking at our I'm looking in our goddamn
They sent it directly to Travis.
our email. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure. Hold on. Does this nigga get an email from us? He doesn't have the email address, but maybe he does. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, not there. Let's try the other one.
No, honestly, this is sick. Travis, don't act like you can't hear us now. Where did this come from?
He's like, just read the letter. Hold on, let me keep going. Tuesday. Yeah, this shit ain't come this week. Yeah, this nigga's a sick bastard. He's a sick little bitch. Because how does he? Did he write in? I'm actually a new listener. Yeah? Is that right? Since when?
The beginning of the year.
I'm relatively new to podcasts, and I discovered y'all this year. I'm a 44-year-old man from Houston. When I was 19, I went to jail for armed robbery. Spent 9 years in. While there, I met a man who delivered the mail to the jail. His name was Kenny. I don't know why that's mad funny. Why is that mad funny? Is it because we drinking? Why you know the mail handler's name? I'm sorry, I guess so. Hey, Kenny's here. We would chop it up and whatnot while I worked in the mail room. Okay, so they worked together. I eventually get out of jail, right? Years later, I ran across dude in the gym. From there, we would become cool gym friends. I met a girl and moved in with her in her apartment. I had these odd jobs so that I could help with the bills, but honestly, it was a struggle. I couldn't find a job that was steady since I was a felon. I knew Kenny worked for the post office, so I asked him if there was any way he could help me. Homeboy was able to get me in. Things were cool. Kenny ended up moving into our apartment building. Since we worked at the same location, I would give him a ride. After about 2 months, he never contributed to gas, so I said something. Don't you know this nigga told me since he got me the job, he don't have to give me gas? I tried to explain to him that I wasn't asking for nothing crazy, but that he should give me something. He stood 10 toes down. I feel like he's testing my manhood. We've never had a problem. I mean, we ain't close friends, but we cool. So I'm supposed to drive this nigga around for free? And I'm afraid if I tell him I can't ride him, he'll cause me to lose the job. He said pause on that. I get it though. That was not an because if you're gonna ride a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Don't let it be a nigga that can get you fired. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry. What should I do?
This is dumb man shit. Y'all have this. This is fucking stupid.
So I'm not the type.
I think it's actually a good situation.
Yeah, it's not
I think
bad.
it's stupid as fuck.
It's not bad. I'm not the type to ask for gas money. So that's why it's hard to relate. I just don't ask for gas money. Especially if I'm going there. I'm going to work anyway. I would have had to put the same amount of gas in whether you're in the passenger seat or not.
Exactly.
It's not like I'm going out of my way.
And y'all live in the same building.
Yeah.
Like it's the same amount of gas to and from.
However,
so what are we talking about?
However, his response to asking for gas and his response being like, I ain't giving you gas because I got you this job, that's a little problematic as well. I wouldn't ask the question, but that response would have bothered me because it's like, oh, you know what I mean? So I just owe you a lifetime of favors because you got me a job application? Like,
and I understand that point, but it's like petty begets petty. Like if I wasn't driving here with you, you would have to make the same trip anyway. You're not wasting any money. So what are you asking me for extra money for? Is it because now I'm saving a couple of dollars because I'm not making the trip? It's just petty. Yeah. It would make more sense to be like, yo, my nigga, I don't feel like driving every day. Can you drive 1 week and I drive 1 week and we go back and forth? But to ask for bread for the drive back and forth that you have to take already, like, fuck is you asking me for?
Me and Kenny probably scrap. Maybe not fight, but I don't like you anymore. The fact that you spoke to me that way, the fact that I don't get nothing, like, yo, nigga, fuck out of here, I'm gonna be thinking about that every time you get in the car. Mm-hmm. Every time you get in the car, maybe, and it's been 2 months, so he's probably already at his limit. Do y'all not agree? Do y'all think that I'm gonna be able to just live with that after I done wrote a show about it and all that?
I think that. I mean, I get it, and I would understand. You're cool with that? If it got I would understand if it got
once
there.
Once it becomes enough for you to write into a show about it, and because you're thinking about it, you did 9 years in jail. You're not letting nobody violate you.
But you kind of violated first
by asking for the bread.
It was petty.
No, it was I need help in life. You know where I'm at in life right now. I need bread. Like I'm.
And if I didn't live in this building, you was still doing it anyway. It was petty to bring it up. It would make more sense. And this is where niggas need therapy and niggas need better relationships to know how to talk to people. Because is it the money or is it the fact that you feel like you're being used? Because if you feel like you're being used, then the conversation should be, let's alternate weeks in driving in. So now you don't feel used. Now it's balanced.
So in his car and...
No, you use your car 1 week, 1 week my car. 1 week this week you drive in, front and back. Yeah, the other nigga gotta have a car.
Gotta have a car. The nigga's from Houston.
Exactly. It is just like, oh, now that we live in the same building, it makes more sense for us to drive in together. Okay, we got the same shift, we live in the same building. I'ma drive this week, you drive that week. I drive this week, you drive that week. Right. You started it.
What's the nigga say no?
Then nigga drive your own fucking car. Then exactly. What am I driving you around for anyway? Niggas don't know how to express themselves. Like they don't know how to like have real conversations with one another. So now you feel like a bitch because you driving Miss Daisy around and then you being petty like, yo, can I get gas money? Is it about the money or is it about the fact that you feel used?
Yeah, I don't want to come off like a bitch. Like I gotta, let's drive in your car. But go ahead, Tron, what are you thinking?
So I said I don't agree, but I don't necessarily disagree because I understand like, yeah, let's alternate if that's an issue for me. So this is what I want to clarify. What do I owe you if I got you a job? Do I is this a lifelong thing that I'm in debt to you now? And like that's what I want to address because if I got you the job, it didn't really cost me nothing to get you the job. I'm just helping you out. I was able to get
Who
like.
the fuck is Kenny? He get me fired from the post office?
And I think that that's a projection, because how you gonna get me? Am I doing illegal shit that Kenny know about? How you gonna get me fired? And then that's retaliation, and then that's an HR problem. But niggas like
Go ahead, Tron, you
communicate.
Nah, I'm asking a question to the room. Like, how much do you feel like you owe somebody
Well,
if they
I
got
saw-
you a job?
Shit.
I saw a question on the internet yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and the question was, if your friend gives you an idea, and you take the idea and you make $100 million off the idea, how much do you owe your friend? How much would you give your friend?
I'm breaking bread with my friend regardless.
All right, but how much? Put a number on it.
You have the idea, I execute the idea, 30-70.
You
Wow, 30% for an idea?
$35 million.
An idea that I did not have before that made me a 100.
You're giving them $30 million.
I'll give them 30 million. That's my friend.
It depends on the idea. Got to be super unique and crazy.
But that's my friend.
Trump doesn't understand that word. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do.
Like if I won the lottery today, let's say if I won the lottery right now for $50 million
Right. Exactly.
after
Terry.
taxes,
Exactly.
I'm giving my friends money off rip. Not because they did anything to help me win the lottery, but because these are my friends. This is my community. You get a mill, you get a mill, you get a mill. It don't cost me nothing to give y'all a mill each because I didn't really have to do nothing for this. I scratched off some shit.
I agree. I'm the same way. I'm very generous when it comes to my friends, but 30%, like almost like an obligation. So it depends on what the idea is. It depends on like how unique it is.
It
like,
made me 100 mil. I can give you 30.
I'm telling y'all right now, my friends can't expect nothing.
No,
It's not an expectation. You just said,
My
what
friends-
are you willing to give?
My friend, I'm zero. I'm taking care of my friends, but I don't owe you nothing.
Exactly.
For
Thank
that
you.
idea.
Yeah.
Period. So the money, the answer for me is zero. You're good.
Yes.
okay.
It's the same way Dodge is saying. You're good. But there is no expected dollar amount that I have to give you because you gave me one idea
You're
and
right.
I worked my fucking ass off to make $100 million out of it. And now, but once I made this amount of money, I owe you half. I owe you 30%.
No, I don't
Get the
owe
fuck outta
anything,
here.
but just me being the person that I am, and I know that I made 100 million off of an idea that my friend
You
gave me.
an
I'm
idea.
giving you
what-
30. I'm giving you 30.
You gave me an
friend.
idea, great. I took said idea and I monetized it and I did a lot of shit.
That's
to
why I got
get there.
70.
And I had to work every fucking day and sacrifice mad shit while you went off and did whatever the fuck you was doing in life. And you didn't take your own idea and do what the fuck I did. I put in the fucking manpower for that, the legwork for that. You don't owe. I don't owe you shit for
There's
that.
It's
plenty
not
of
a
ideas
owe.
out there. Like, yeah, there's plenty of ideas.
I had
Ideas,
to hustle man hard. and
ideas are
sacrifice
shit.
A lot of shit.
Execution is what it is. Ideas aren't nothing.
I don't know,
you
son. I'll give
fucking
my
money.
friends bread for nothing.
I do too.
Nothing.
Y'all remember when Kanye was on Drink Champs and he was talking about Beanie Siegel is the one that gave him the nickname Yeezy.
Mm-hmm.
So he broke off Beanie Siegel some bread because he had a
Mm-hmm.
multi-billion-dollar company called Yeezy. So I'm like, all right, at that point during the interview, his net worth was like $5 billion. So for him to bust off Beanie Siegel with like 50 million, I'm like, all right, that's cool. But in the grand scheme of things, you don't owe Beanie Siegel shit because he nicknamed you
That's my
Yeezy and you
friend.
happen to turn it into a big brand.
People say 50%. Did he give him 25 billion? Or
I wouldn't give
that's
50%.
500 million?
50%
Yeah,
is for
that's
50%
wild.
of the work. I'm giving you what I feel like
I want to get.
I want to give.
That's what I feel like. I don't
And
owe
I
you
would
shit.
give you 30.
I don't owe you shit.
It's not
But
a oh.
I'ma give
It's just like you my
this.
friend, you my man's.
Now,
like
let me tell y'all
shit
something
me?
before I lose this comment. Going back to the remember when I was talking about me and you got smoked now because you told me that you're not driving or paying for the gas. Y'all don't remember when the guy at my job, I used to buy him a juice every day?
Yeah.
Me and him not friends more. I couldn't take it. Terry in here said, Tahoe, this is like the coworker you bought the drink for every day and you're out. I stopped working with him. I stopped doing anything. We high and by now because I felt like he was taking advantage of my kindness. I'm not gonna be good with it going forward. It's going to fuck with me. It's going to fuck with me the fact that you said no. You're not understand. I don't care if you driving
Facts.
every day. You don't care to say, yo, you know what? Yo, you saved me money. Cause I ain't gotta drive my car. Yo,
Facts.
here, $20. Yo, here, yo, you wanna go to 7-Eleven? I got you, my nigga.
Thank
Like
you for
something,
saying that. I gotta go to
some
7-Eleven.
type of reciprocation for what I'm doing. It doesn't matter that
That's
you're
it.
going
That's the
along the
word.
same route that I'm going.
Reciprocity.
Something.
Yeah. The reciprocity ain't there.
It's just, even if it's the thought. So I understand what you're saying. Yeah, we're going together, but I'm still doing you a favor because you get to save. I have to pay.
And that's what I'm saying. Is the conversation about money, or is the conversation
It's just
about
respect, bro?
It's about reciprocity, really.
Respect. Sure.
and that's why you have to be able to articulate, like, listen, let's swap. I would have never asked for gas money. I would have said, can you drive a couple of weeks? Or look, I'm gonna drive this month. Can you drive next month? I would have never asked for $1.00 amount for somebody that I feel is my friend. If I feel like it's about the labor of it, then I would be like, yo, you drive.
What's the
my
solution
nigga.
going forward? Solution-based conversation. What can he take away from this conversation? What did we say for him to do?
You gotta beat Kenny up, honestly.
Nah, don't put.
Nah, you don't got to do
have a city
that.
job.
Conversation with Kenny. You really think that I owe you? Like, what do you think I owe you because I got you this job? Am I supposed to buy you
got me
lunch
this
every
job.
day? Right. You got me this job. So your response is problematic to me. Like, that's the reason why you don't want to contribute to the gas? So you feel like I owe you. Like, how much do I owe you? For how long do I owe you? Am I supposed to take you out for lunch also once a week? Like, what?
Nah.
What do I owe you?
Don't do that, homie.
Yeah.
Cause y'all still gotta work together, and you don't know how. I don't know how confrontation, and you can't even say problematic to a nigga from Houston. He not gonna understand what the fuck you talking about. Yo, leave that nigga.
Don't take him no more.
Don't take him. Just leave early. just leave early, or tell him, yo, I'm not going to work today, and then show up later.
You think that's
that?
And let that nigga realize that you not fucking with him like that no more, and then he's gonna act funny, and then you be like, yo, drive your car. Can I drive with you? I don't want you driving my
You
car.
think that's a better
Yes, be passive
than
aggressive.
having a conversation?
Yes, be passive aggressive.
Okay.
Because you care about your job. You're a felon. You ain't gonna get mad opportunities. Be passive aggressive.
I'm not mad at it, but I don't think it's the better.
Yeah, just leave that nigga at home. Let that nigga come outside and look for you. Your car's gone. You just at work already.
I actually love that, but I don't think. I think having a conversation is always the better
Then
option.
the next day when he comes, he calls you. It's not gonna take mad long before the nigga gets the picture. The next day he's gonna call you like, yo, you ready? He'll be like, yo, I ain't going to work. Then when he gets to work, just pop up like, you know what? I changed my mind. What? And just let that nigga come to you like, yo, you know what? Yo, I don't be feeling like driving, bro. Yo, I don't. I love the fact you got me a job, but yo, like you saving, I'm not, bro. You know I need the money.
Pull up to the
Let's
gas
drive in your
station.
car. As Dar said, let's drive in your car.
Pull up to the gas station and pat your pockets. Like, oh shit, left my wallet.
Nah, see,
Now you
nah.
got
We on E.
All
What
right.
we doing?
They talking about fighting. They talking about it's petty. Somebody gonna punch you. You know that. Listen, you ain't listen. Everything got to be a head first collision. Let's get the hell out of here with cap or no cap. At Red Pill Wisdom says, nobody watches you harder than the woman who left you for someone else. Nobody watches you harder than the woman who left you for someone else.
Cap.
What?
I ain't fucking watching you if I left you.
Nigga,
Not if
she
you
left.
left me.
If she left, then
I'm watching
yeah.
if you left me, but if I
nigga's
left
hurt.
you,
That nigga has no pussy at home.
that nigga has no idea. He's disillusioned.
Nigga watches you. Nobody watches you harder than the woman you left for somebody else.
Just
If you left
Right,
her for
right,
somebody
right,
else,
yeah.
she knows everywhere you been,
Yep.
everything you did.
She know all about the new chick.
Everything.
Yep.
She know where that bitch worked. All of the tweets that you say you seem so happy. She's just like, this nigga subbing you and shit. Her whole life. Now kids, chicks give birth and the whole page be they baby. You go fuck with another bitch on a bitch, her whole page is subs and memes. I can't believe I poured into somebody. They poured me out.
please.
At Tweets by Amaka says, you can actually enjoy your relationship without sex.
Cap.
Like strong.
Oh, wow.
Sorry. I didn't mean that.
I have sex in my relationship. No cap.
No cap?
Wait, what is it? Cap or cap? I don't know.
You can actually enjoy your relationship without sex.
Oh,
You said no cap, right?
I
Oh.
said no cap, but I mean, it could be cap. Yeah, I'm gonna say cap.
Without it? Like without for how long?
Malcolm said enjoy your friendship, you mean?
Right, yeah.
Because after about a week or two, I'm itching. Like,
Yeah, like
feeling like a
enjoy, and for how long? What are we doing?
I want to live in your skin, my nigga. Like I can't.
How long are really you gonna go without sex though? and
I've
still
gone
be happy.
I've gone some weeks without sex, but that was just
Because you didn't want to, or because they didn't want to?
I think we both were just fucking exhausted from life.
Okay.
So
Exhausted, okay.
So
like I want to, but I don't have the energy to, so I
That's
can't
different.
do nothing.
That's
Right.
different.
That's what I'm saying. Like how long
You're talking,
I could enjoy my relationship without sex, but I can't enjoy a sexless relationship. If that makes sense.
no.
So
No, it makes sense. I just don't
Right.
agree.
we could go in a relationship. She could, Aunt Flo could be in town, whatever, and we could have fun. But that's temporary.
That's a
It's not
week.
a sexless relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Now that makes sense.
Yeah, we can have fun that week when I'm on my joint, and then after that, it's up.
At Harmonoid_ says, men, I promise no woman finds reckless speeding or driving attractive.
No cap.
Cap.
Reckless?
Yeah.
Cap.
Driving.
No cap. No cap.
Chicks
Reckless?
love-
Nah.
Why do chicks get on the back of motorcycles?
But that isn't. You don't have to be speeding to be on a motorcycle.
But they love that thrill. That women love when a nigga doing wheelies with them.
Meanwhile,
speeding
all the
that
women in
hard.
here calling no cap.
I didn't see who, where. Oh, maybe. Okay, I see two.
Y'all think that that's like that shit is not okay. Reckless
Y'all be dealing with some crazy.
speeding, yeah. Like if it's just us on the road and there's nobody else and it's 3:00 in the morning and you doing 100, that's not reckless. There's nobody else here on a highway. You feel me? But if you're recklessly swerving and shit through traffic, no, that shit is not attractive, nigga. You're trying to take me out. No.
I tend to I don't like a chick that likes to drive crazy. I was in the car with Shorty. She was like, "Yo," she came pulled up on my crib. She was like, "Yo, we just drive my car." She had a new car. Mm-hmm. That bitch must have been trying to break that shit in all day. Nigga, she pulled off like I'm like, oh my God. Why are you like the light is red already? You're pulling up like they're pulling off and they're like, I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
I am lactose intolerant. I will shit on myself in here. We went to get ice cream. I was like, bitch, I will shit on myself in your car. You keep stopping short like that. You motherfucker.
Please continue so we could go.
At Skirt Guru says, bro, your life will literally be falling apart and your girl will still expect you to talk to her all day.
Cap.
No cap.
Cap.
No cap.
Because niggas don't be letting bitches know that your life is fucking falling apart. If I know your life is falling apart, I'm not asking you, I'm not holding you to this requirement. If you
Meanwhile-
gonna keep it a secret, nigga, then that's your
Meanwhile, all the
fault.
women in the comments, no cap. I am your world. What you mean? No cap. No motherfucking
Nah,
cap.
so y'all really be having me out here looking crazy. man.
Nigga,
Y'all really don't be
you
on
can
my
get quiet
side.
for a minute, but after a while, she's gonna get mad at you for being quiet, even though your whole life is going
Right.
fucking to shit.
Just tell me, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no cap.
Captain no cap, walking into the welfare office with your body done is crazy. Do we need to address this? No, we're good. All right,
I
good.
love it.
No, I can't.
At Masculine Theory says, I don't know a single man that has described his ideal woman as a boss bitch. No cap. I'm giving cap. I love my chick to be a boss bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna say cap too.
I love my chick to be on her shit, grind and get into it.
I don't know what niggas
Hell
say.
yeah, fuck that. Masculine Theory, you weak, short little nigga, green. Yeah, nigga, Julius and the shit. Cap, that nigga weak. Yeah, You're
Yeah.
a short nigga. You already know. I already know that nigga's like 4'11".
Jesus
living in Utah somewhere. Cap no cap. Kids let the iPad charge to 1%, then unplug it again.
Yo, dead ass, son. No, seriously, I had to really like get Parker out of that. I said, when this number reach 100, take the shit off. But now it goes against me because if I take the shit off early, she's like, it's not at the number yet. It's not at the right number yet. Like, girl, it's 85. Go out of my face, bro.
Cap or no cap, we got two more. At Victor Pope Jr. says, Shorty called me a narcissist, so I Googled the definition and it sounded like a real nigga to me. I ain't gonna hold you. I understand. Y'all be using that word narcissist for just anything. Narcissist, gaslighting. It's like, yo, girl, how many things am I?
People do misuse the word, but it's not a compliment.
What, narcissist?
Definitely not.
What do you
a compliment.
think narcissist is?
So narcissists are manipulators, and classic narcissists will basically be nice with all your friends and everything and create this environment, and then with you they're controlling. They want to cut off your relationships with your family and your friends so that you're more dependent on them, and it's very passive, and there's nothing dope about that.
Nothing good at all.
It's
trait,
a spectrum.
you know
though.
what I mean? Yeah.
Narcissism is a spectrum.
It's a controlling thing, and it's somebody that normally doesn't take accountability and things like that. It's not a positive thing. It's not a compliment.
I've
Jasmine
dated a
in the
narcissist
chat.
before. That's not fun.
Jasmine in the chat said, a narcissist is an insecure individual who is unable to connect with people without controlling them. Somebody said, Cam says, isn't that how couples do in honeymoon stages? Speaking of honeymoon stages, I said this yesterday on Twitter. I was like, am I the only one that gets in the honeymoon stage, that ruins the honeymoon stage because I keep wondering what you're like once we have an argument?
Mm-hmm. Right, I saw that. I think that's valid. Like, how you argue tells you a lot about yourself.
Like, when are we going to argue?
Tells me a lot about the relationship. The way that we argue is very important for a sustainable relationship, because we're going to argue. It's going to happen.
Do you have
What's
to
that
argue,
look
or
like?
can you just have disagreements?
You've never had an argument with this guy? Short mania?
Define argument. Like yelling and screaming at each other?
You yell every day, so...
We've had disagreements.
Arguments are healthy.
You never slammed the door? Yo, leave me alone. Yo, get out the room. Yo, let me go in the room. Let me go in the bathroom without you for a minute. Never? Good. That's great. The last one is getting catfished by food gotta be the most heartbreaking thing ever.
No, seriously. Like, that's the type of shit that make me want to cry. Like, why is food nasty and I just pay for it? Like,
Or the shit don't look like how it look in the fucking picture.
son, I hate that shit. Don't stock photo your food, son. Give me what the fuck I'm looking for. You ever order a wing that you think is like deep fried and the shit be like battered and fucking soft and shit? Like, that's not the wing from the picture, my nigga. I didn't want this wing.
Why you keep saying one wing, though? You ordered one wing before?
Did you have a try?
No, because you know how many times I be on Uber Eats and they got the wrong stock photo of the wings that they have, and then I order the wings and it's the type of wing I don't like. You can't fucking fry and batter a wing and then throw buffalo sauce on top of it. That's not okay.
Impossible.
It's the shit I don't
Impossible.
like.
Could not happen. I need to go. Me and Millie need to take a ride to over here and go see over there. And you guys going to see us next week. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to post this episode first. We post part 1 second so I could work on doctoring that shit up. Fucking debacle that was the homie court. So listen to Patreon. I'm telling you right now, there's a homie court in there. And it kind of went left. Kind of. Did it go left? Or did it go right?
Bit.
I think it went right. Went the way I wanted it to.
It made a hard turn.
It went the way I wanted it to, and then it went left. So it went right, and then it went left. It was kind of confusing. MapQuest.
Recalculating.
Buffering, loading, rerouting.
I'll miss you niggas. See y'all in
Thanks. Yeah.
the end of the month.
Yeah. We didn't need to hear that. So shameless.
You ain't want to let the people know.